Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. As humans, we're not wired to seek out happiness. We're wired to seek out comfort. I saw that quote earlier today, and it struck me as odd, then interesting, and then really relatable all at once. It brought me back to countless decisions that I've made, and even more decisions that friends and family have told me that they've made, all in the name of happiness, but with the secret intention of comfort. I think it's so much more important for us as people to acknowledge this fact, to realize just how much our desire for comfort dictates our lives. I'm far from the first person to even mention the word comfort zone. Why isn't it called the happiness zone? It's not called the happiness zone because comfort doesn't bring us happiness. Comfort just brings us peace, safety, but not happiness. I've always liked to believe that true happiness only comes from progress. I've only ever felt a deep sense of happiness when either I've been learning or growing, or I'm helping someone else grow in some way. Happiness is a little bit different from joy. It's different from passion. It's different from excitement. Yet so many people claim that they are seeking out happiness. We subconsciously seek out comfort. So what's the opposite? The opposite of subconsciously seeking out comfort is to consciously seek out discomfort. Discomfort leads to growth. Growth leads to progress. Progress leads to happiness. It seems simple enough to me. If I want to be happy, I need to be uncomfortable. If you want to be happy, you need to be uncomfortable. I used to have this friend that would often tell me about their dating life and what's going on for them. And over the course of a few years, I'd hear very similar stories, or at least I would see patterns with the actions and the behaviors that the different guys she was dating were showing. And of course, there were times that I questioned it, sometimes out loud, but most often in my head. And I never quite had such a clear answer, such a simple answer, as this idea that she was never looking for happiness. She was looking for comfort, thinking that comfort would bring her happiness. But the issue is that what was comfortable for her were what many of us would consider red flags in relationships. They were people who were disrespectful, abusive, treated her very poorly, and it's simply because that was comfortable for her, made staying so easy. To her, she was getting attention. Even though it wasn't in the best light, she felt like she was seen in some way. And so she would choose these guys that would hurt her, and she would put up with that pain because she also didn't think she could find anyone better. Nothing is more painful to me as a listener than when I hear someone who has a limiting belief so deeply ingrained in who they are that they don't see a possibility of anything else being true. It hurts me when someone says, "I'll never find anyone better." It hurts me when someone says, "I'm too old to keep learning." It hurts me when I hear someone say, "I'm past my prime. I think I'm just going to give up." It hurts because those things just aren't true. And there's a part of me that feels a great deal of pain when I hear lies. I feel the pain from lies because I used to lie to myself a lot. And I know what the lies have cost me. It's cost me so many relationships, time, energy, experiences, memories. Lying to myself had me missing out on laughs and joy, excitement and passion. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say I would have more in my life now if I didn't lie to myself before. But I would definitely have something different. Rather than dealing with what ifs of the past, I accept that everything in my past and my present is exactly how it's supposed to be. There is no two ways about it. And if I want to know what my future is going to be like, I need to look at myself right now. What's going on in my life right now? What do my relationships look like now? How do I think, feel, and behave in all areas of my life? It is very fair to assume that if nothing else changes, if I don't change, my life is going to be exactly how it looks right now. I may have more. I'll have more relationships. I'll have more money, but the quality of them will be the same. And it's quite simple. If you want to change how your trajectory looks, if you want to change your future, you simply just have to change the way things are right now. That's the power we have. And what's our guideline? Well, it's from our past. Our past is one of our greatest teachers. It's a documentation of our life. We know how we feel, especially when certain things happen. So just use those moments and take something out of them. Make a change. Choose something different for your future. I guess that's why I'm so obsessed with personal growth and self-help and all the different forms of jargon around this industry. I'm obsessed with this all because I know that the more I do it, the more I grow now, the more I'll be later on. I'm willing to put up with struggle now. I'm willing to challenge myself now for rewards a little bit down the line. How cool is it that we're just doing our best with the resources we have now? And how cool is it that our past doesn't dictate our future? Only our present does. We're not the same person that we were yesterday, and we're not the same person that we'll be tomorrow. If you're unhappy about yesterday and don't want to make that into tomorrow, you gotta work on today. You have to do more work on yourself than on anything else in life. Do more work on yourself than your job. Do more work on yourself than your relationship. Do more work on yourself than your mission. Because who you are and who you become directly improves or hinders all other areas. Simply enough, if you just decide that you want to do better and be better, and you actually commit to it, you will. I make mistakes so often. Every day, truly. How my mistakes differ now than they have years ago is that I use those mistakes to do work on myself. I will be different tomorrow. I've already decided. And perfection gets in the way of greatness. I'm not reaching for perfection. I just want to experience greatness in my life. And to do that, it just takes 2mm shifts. Every day, every hour, every minute even. Walk the walk. Don't just talk it. Be who you say you're going to be. Not by talking about it first, but by acting it out. Show me what you got. Show me who you are. You don't have to say a single word for everyone to know exactly who you are. So do everybody a favor and don't settle for comfort. Reach for happiness. Push yourself for greatness. Push yourself for more. Tell yourself, if I can't, I must. Your very life depends on it. Because in this universe, if you're not growing, you're dying. And as one of our needs, you're being called to grow. You listening to this is a call to grow. So don't close your ears. Don't ignore it. I've talked about many ways that you could practice growth. But truly, I could spend hours and days talking about it, and it still won't be the right thing for you. Because the right thing for you is already clear in your mind. The fear that you're running from is your next step. It's as simple as that. You don't have to look any further than what's the one thing that holds me back right now? What's the one objection I have that's stopping me from getting even one new thing in my life that I've always wanted that I don't have? Reduce the pressure. Don't go for the perfect life. What would a great life look to you? And what's getting in the way? That's your next step. That's your happiness. Don't do it for anyone else in the world. Do it for yourself. Because when you do it for yourself and you do that work on yourself, you do it for the rest of us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.